what do you think about guy friendships? Because I don't have guy friends because every time friends like my work or like my party friends or like my friends.
She has party friends, work friends, sports friends.
I do have sports friends.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I have
You have a
pickleball
category.
friends, I have badminton friends. But then when it comes to best friends,
Friendships are only going to have new paths because you're going to get married. Fingers crossed.
no thanks.
You're going to have children. Again, fingers crossed.
No.
But you're going to become parents. And then with time, you're not going to have time.
Oh my God, you have taken the whole discussion topic of friendship to marriage and I'm not in that. Hi guys, I'm Ishita.
Hi guys, this is Kanishka.
And welcome to
Drop the filter. On that note, I want to ask you, have you ever put a filter on if you have a plan and you want to cancel on them last minute?
Every day, I think. Because even last night, there was one of my friends who wanted to meet me and I was like, oh, I'm so sick, I can't come. And I'm such a friend, like, I'm moody. So I won't meet you if I don't want to meet you. And that's bad, but I feel that's fine.
I'm so sorry for that person who had to meet you yesterday.
Yeah, I think it's all out right now.
Yeah, I guess. I think it's acceptable in the world we're in right now because I've done that often. But I think it's nothing to do with the friendship you have with that person, but it's more about where you are at that. Like, am I sleepy? Am I tired?
Yeah, honestly, more than that, I feel I do maintain a distance or maybe like my friendship with other people because I do have best friends and like friends. Like, do you understand? Like, I do have a different relationship with all of them. Like, what do you are as a friend?
I think, no, I completely get it. But I have no idea how to define a friend, honestly. I think I do have best friends. I do have close friends, but I don't have friends. I do have colleagues. I have people I meet, clients maybe, but I don't have friends. Like, they might be my acquaintances, but yeah, I think I honestly don't understand what having a friend means.
So you don't consider your colleagues as friends?
Maybe not. Mostly because my colleagues are people I probably meet in weekly meetings because I work, like I have my own, I work on my own. So I don't have a corporate life. So maybe that's the reason.
Yeah, I think with me, I do have friends in my corporate life and I do go out for dinners with them, not only team dinners, but genuinely like I go out with them as friends. So I think for me and you, we do have a little different perspective of how we think of our friendships.
Probably. Yeah, I think I agree with that because for me, friendships or my best friends or people who are basically people I can rely on, call them when I need them.
Yeah.
And I don't see that happening with my people who I could call just friends.
Makes sense. But for me, like, I do talk a lot to my colleague friends than to my actual friends because, I have to like send them work, I'm here, I'll be there. And with my friends, I'll text them in like 2 hours. Like, hi, I'm so sorry I forgot to text you back.
But that's what I'm saying. Aren't you talking to them about just work?
No, I tell them about my life little.
Do you?
I mean, I do. Do you want to read my chats?
No. I'm not interested.
Also, what do you think about guy friendships? Like, I have this topic from, like, I ask all of my female friends because I don't have guy friends because every time I want to be a friend with a guy, they don't think like that with me.
That is very true. Right. Because I've known you for 5 years now. And all her guy friends, sure, they start off as friends. Yeah. But then down the lane, they do not want to just be friends. And that's why you're like, bye-bye, and you take a U-turn.
Bro, I'm like, please don't be like, just don't. Bro, they, what they do? They're like, oh, hi, I just want to take you out for dinner. But then they're like, can you be my girlfriend? I'm like, no, I don't want to be.
Yeah, I think for me that's complete opposite.
Yeah.
I think I brozone people like first meet and I'm like, dude, that's not happening. So I think that's where like it completely shifts. But I think for guy friends, I have just a handful of them.
Yeah.
Also because I really mindfully choose my friends.
I don't.
Do you? I mean, yes, I'm a great choice, but
I'm talking about guys.
what else am I talking about?
But do you have guy friends?
Yeah, I do. Of course I do. That's what I'm saying. I have a handful of them who I've mindfully chosen, which, I can rely on. They're like my bros. I can call them and gossip with them, but when I need advice, from a guy's perspective about whatever it is in my life, I can always go back to them and like blindly trust them. Like if I'm driving alone or I'm alone somewhere, they'll actually come and pick me up at whatever time it
You are
is.
lucky if I tell someone I'm alone. Oh, wait, where do you want? Can I drop you and then be at your place? I'm like, no.
Yeah, I think that's the,
Creepy.
yeah.
And I think after this, they all know who are they. After this podcast comes out. But yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But I think that's also because it comes with you traveling so much in your entire life to have those steady friends. It's been difficult, I guess.
Yeah, because see, I was in boarding school. I've never had friends because even if I was in boarding, I used to travel a lot and I never had like friends because in boarding it's you're living with them. It's not only like, 9 to 5 and then you go back to your own house. I had to go back with them, stay with like 8 girls, and they were fights.
Yeah,
And I'm telling you, the fights were like really bad. And then there were guys, and there were going to be fights about guys. So I never had friends in general. So I think now, once I moved to Bangalore, I've been here for 5 years. I found my circle here because I have not moved in like such a long time.
You've been stationary. But
Yeah.
talking about fights, do you think having girlfriends is always drama?
No.
No, like I'm trying to say like dramatic in terms of, I'm not comparing it with guy friendships, but girl friendships alone. Is there a lot of drama?
There is. Definitely. Like I can give you examples.
So I think there is, I wouldn't say drama, but personal experience, there are definitely arguments. I think it also comes with girls take it to heart.
More.
Yeah, sort of easily, I would
feel
say.
with also like, it's a saying like, guys, even if they beat each other, they'll be fine the next day. I think with girls, if I like have an argument with a girl, like I'm talking about, I will not talk to her, I think for a week or maybe until she like reply back, or maybe even I do, but I will not talk. Like for girls, I think it gets a little too more dramatic and serious.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I feel, yeah, definitely we do take it a lot.
Yeah, I think it's also because I think the part where you spoke about how you wait for the other person to text, I think for me it's more about I needing that space to get back to that friendship. I mean, not that I'm going to like cut off and like run for the hills, no, but I do need time to get back to it. Like I need to let the thought sink in, whatever happened, like, but I think I come from a place where I don't live for drama. Like, I don't like it. I hate it. So if it's affecting me too much, I'll talk about it and try clearing things out. And if it's not, then I don't give a shit about it.
Yeah, for me, it is more like I need to talk at that point. Like, I have
That's the worst.
I know.
I faced this because both of us were going through it. We were in between one of our biggest fights ever.
And I was like, I have to talk right now.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't talk, I'll leave it then.
Yeah.
Like for me, I have to solve it at that point. And if it's not, then bye-bye, guys. I'm out of the whole thing.
Yeah, I think, but that also comes with who you're doing it with. I think because while we were talking, we definitely went through it. And I needed time to process as usual. I was going through it, but then you wanted to talk about it and clear things out immediately. And then I think it was about, you know what, both of us need to give in at equal times. And we took that time out and we sat down, at Paris panini
Yeah.
and spoke about it for like 4-5
It was my
hours.
birthday actually.
Yeah. And also because it was your birthday and
No one.
I was the only one in
One.
Bangalore at that time.
There were other people, but no one showed up for my birthday.
I show up.
Yes, only she did show up for my birthday, guys.
I mean, that comes without saying,
Yeah,
right?
but like it was my birthday, so yeah.
Yeah, I think which brings me to, do you really think communication is important in any friendship?
It is like, take us and as as an example, like imagine we didn't, like both of us, we didn't text after that whole fight, we wouldn't be sitting here and talking.
Oh, that's definitely
Like,
true.
because see, like I'm telling you, not even friendship, like even if it comes like a sister brother relationship or a relationship in general, you need to communicate. Because if it's not, and I'm not saying one way, it has to be two ways.
Definitely.
Because if it's not there, nothing will ever work out, how much even the single person tries to make it work.
Definitely. I mean, friendship is a two-way
Yeah,
street.
it is.
Also, I mean, communication is important, but do you expect me to text you every second of my day?
Oh. And I don't think neither do you, right? With us, like we both know we don't text each other every day or be like, oh, I had my lunch. Did you have your lunch? No, we're not like that.
Yeah.
But we also don't get sad over it. Like, oh my God, she hasn't texted me back. It's been 2 hours. She posted a story.
But she hasn't texted me back.
And I'm
Oh
not,
God.
like, because we don't have these, fake expectations from someone.
Unrealistic.
Yeah, exactly. Because I know how we are as friends and how our relation is, how our understanding is. So I don't think other things really do matter when it's just us. Because I do have an individual relationship with you and I really respect it.
Yeah, definitely. I think when you're in a group setting, whether 4 people, 5 people, a group of 6, 7 girls, I think individual relationships matter a lot.
Yeah.
Because things can go down between 2 people, doesn't mean it needs to go down with the whole group. Because I mean, there is a saying that is, if your best friend hates someone, you should hate her too.
Yeah.
I mean, to an extent, if that person has done something really bad to you, definitely I'm on your side. But if it's a petty fight, I cannot blindly hate her.
I mean,
and hate firstly is a strong word,
Yeah.
but I can't blindly just disregard her in every sense. I cannot do that.
I'm coming on the word hate, I have seen a lot of people telling I hate that person without even knowing the person.
Yeah.
And you can say I dislike. For me, hate is actually such a strong word. How can you
Definitely.
say you hate someone without even bro, they don't even know them. I hate you. And I'm like, are you like guys nuts?
Yeah.
What?
I think friendships where there's no pressure is so underrated.
Yeah.
I mean, I have friends who are not from the country. I have online friends who are some of my closest friends are made online. They're very, very, very underrated.
Yeah, I do have a story about this, like long distance, maybe online friends. I was using Omegle in COVID. I know, but I was using it as like for fun. And then I met one girl from Vietnam and I'm still friends with her. Like we talk like almost once a week and we do have plans of like meeting. So I feel it is underrated, but I also cherish it because I have an international friend and she's so nice, she's so sweet. And I mean, I do connect with her more than other people that I've met in real. Like,
probably that's what I'm saying. That they're underrated in the sense, like for example, you go up to your mother, and you tell her that you've made a friend randomly who stays in Vietnam. You've never met her. What's their first thought?
My mom will ask, what is this Omegle and why are you on it? I'm not joking.
Yeah, that's true. But let's get that aside. But like in terms of friendship, like they're genuinely like, they'll be like, be careful, think twice before you make someone your friend, this, that,
like,
all of that.
Even today, like, see, I'm away from my mom, like miles away, okay? And even today, like, even if I'm going out, remember, like, even if I'm going out with you, she'll be like, where are you? Like, imagine, like, she's like, are you safe? Are you okay? Can you send your location to her? I'm like, obviously, I'll do that because she's my mom. But, I mean, it does come like,
But she does trust me. She does trust me more than you.
definitely, she doesn't
I
trust.
think having that one friend who your family loves
Yeah,
is
that's,
so important.
yeah. Like, if
I
I'm
mean,
telling I'm with you, she will not call me like the whole
See?
night. She's safe and everything. I'm at your place. She's happy. Like, my mom is satisfied. Like, she's so happy. She's like, oh my God, my daughter's having home cooked food. She's happy. She's having fun.
I think likewise, because since we've been working on this podcast, we've had like a dozens of sleepovers.
Yeah.
And at home, it's like, I remember my parents' anniversary was a couple days ago, and she has gone and, greeted my grandfather. And that was the first time I ever saw my granddad probably give a side hug to one of my friends. And I'm
then
just like, what is happening?
Remember
He tapped your head. I don't know, just an emotional moment. And I'm just like, what is happening? Like, things are changing.
And then you said, oh, my family is giving you too much importance.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, no,
like,
not required. So much important.
Kanishka, more than you. Just, you need to accept it and be okay with it. Okay.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, thank
So,
you. Yeah.
yeah, but I think that's what it's pretty important, right? To have those couple friends, because I genuinely do believe, I mean, your parents' instincts about your friendships are true. Like, they know it before.
Oh my God. Like, I had few friends in my college times, and my mom, she told me this person is not it.
It's not good news.
And after 2 months, that person did so wrong to me and acted as a victim. And then I'm like, Mom, you're fine. And then she felt like she's Salman Khan. Like, my mom was like, bro, I told you.
Yeah, I mean, I hate the idea of them saying, I told you so, because, dude, I know, but I can make mistakes.
And then she gave me that statement, "Ma to ma hoti hai." And
oh God, auntie.
Like, auntie, chill. Like, mom, chill. So I was like that.
Yeah, because that happened with me, and my dad won't even remember my friend's name, because my dad's one of those, typical brown dads. He has no idea which school. Okay, that's a little pushing it. He has no idea which grade I was in, which subjects I was doing, and all of those things. But this one time, this one girl from college, we became, let's just say at that time, decent friends, and randomly called me. I mean, like, she was not from Bangalore, so she wanted to eat home food, so she randomly called me and she's like, I'm coming to your house to eat food. And I'm just like, okay, because it was just the start of college.
I think I might know who you're talking about.
Yeah. And
it's the same person, I think. My mom also said.
Probably.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay. And that was the time when my dad was at home, and my dad saw her and she greeted him properly, and all, it was great. I mean, it was decent.
Yeah.
And she left, and my dad's like, are you sure? I mean, this might not end up great for you. And I'm just like, no, relax. You know how you always end up defending your friends in front of your parents?
Like, yeah.
Yeah, so I ended up defending her as usual. Yeah, and definitely got slapped on my face then.
It did not work out.
And yeah, I heard her told you so as usual. So I'm like, and that's when I'm like, okay, parents know their shit. They know what they're doing. They know how to get you on the right track.
Yeah, I think.
And they know how to protect you, I think.
Even after that incident, I actually do listen to my mom when it comes to friendships. And I do tell her if I am meeting or if I'm, having a new friendship or something related to that.
I think I have slowly developed that instinct in myself. I have reached that stage.
Yeah.
Because I meet someone and I'm like, she might be bad news for me.
Yeah.
And I'm a person for who it's seen on the face. If I don't want to talk to you, it's written. It's written. Like, I will not give you... Like, it's not... I'm not trying to be rude. It's just that I don't want to encourage something that I'm not into.
Yeah, I know.
Right? And I think friendships need to come from a place of heart.
Definitely.
Needs to start from a place of genuineness.
And not... I feel nowadays people do become friends for... Like, what I've seen... Because more of like, for maybe like work related, but also like peer pressure. Like, I have to be friends. Oh my God, she's famous. I have to be friends with her. Like, what I've seen.
Yeah, I think that's the idea of fitting in.
Yeah, like, oh, I need to be in that group. She's there. Oh, I have to be friends with that person. And I am not in for that.
Yeah,
Thank
definitely.
you. No.
I've been in Bangalore for all my life.
Yeah.
And I still find myself out of place when there are people spoken about. I have a big group of girls and we talk about people when we do. because sometimes we do talk about people.
Yeah.
And when we do, I have no idea who we're talking about. Like, until and unless it's just an immediate friend, I don't know anyone in different schools and colleges. She's one of those.
I know more
Yeah,
people.
I was just going to, I didn't want to make
That
it
is
sound
so
bad.
bro, I just know
But that's a good
people.
thing, you're social.
Yeah,
I'm
go
not.
out.
Don't
Yeah.
invite me to places. I don't want to be there.
That is so mean. Guys, I go out a lot. That's why I know
Yeah.
people. But
But I'm not trying to make you sound bad
Yeah.
because I was talking about it in a negative way.
you know,
So, which is why I didn't wait you out.
Thank you so much. I'm joking.
No, but I think on the other side of the coin, I've been here 23 years again. She knows more people in Bangalore than I do.
Because I go out.
And that's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
I'm just
know.
like, that's the kind of, I mean, that's great.
They
I
all
hate
are my
socializing.
like you
Your
said, no,
definition of friends.
exactly, like my definition of friends, like my work or like my party friends or like my
She has party friends, work friends, sports friends.
I do have
talking.
sports friends.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I have
You have a
pickleball
category.
friends, I have badminton friends, but then when it comes to best friends, everybody in the whole city knows who are my best friends. So
Name them.
there are no names in the podcast. I can't name.
I just wanted my name out, but okay, we'll move on. Okay, now that we've spoken about all of these things,
Yeah.
let's discuss red flags in a friendship. Can you tell me a couple red flags in a friendship?
I think a lot of people, like when I tell them that I am doing good in my life, they will actually never reply to me. Like honestly, like a lot of my friends, in my definition, they will actually not reply to me. And then when I'm like, actually, I'm not joking, they don't reply, they ghost me or something, and then they randomly come back when they have work.
Work, yeah.
So I feel that is a red flag.
Selfish.
Yeah, that is selfish. For me,
I think one red flag is jealousy.
oh my God.
I mean, I am your closest friend. So if I am doing remotely something that makes me happy, the least I do is for you to either be nonchalant or be slightly happy for me.
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of friend I am, and I expect that in return in friendships. I mean, those are my certain expectations.
I feel even jealousy occurs when that person doesn't want you to be friends with other people.
Yeah, that's another kind of friendship.
Yeah, like
I jealousy.
Don't like that. I mean, see, I'm not saying there's a way of even showing jealousy, like in a funny way, but I'm telling you, an over possessive way. Like I've had a friendship.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Over possessive best friends.
I cannot, like I know this one incident very clearly, that I texted that person, I am sick, I won't be able to text, and that person, I didn't text that person for 2 days or maybe 1.5. That person went off and texted 5 other people, where is she? And involving other people, and they all are calling me, have you gone lost? Are you alive? Are you okay? And I was like,
yeah, that's the worst.
and I told her that please don't do this again, because this is too much, and I don't expect also from you to do all this. Neither I'll do that for you, because I'm very straight up when I'm even best friends, because bro, I love you as my friend, but I don't need this over possessive nature and texting my other people that you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's not even you are mutual with, both of us. You don't know all of my friends. So for me, that's also red flag.
I think one more is when you're having a conversation and each conversation is about the other person.
Oh my God.
Their problems, their love life, their college problems, their office problems.
But when it comes to you, what? I have to leave. I'm getting a call. On the phone.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
I find that so disrespectful.
Yeah, that's very bad.
Disrespectful. Ki I'm having a conversation. I think, but this is not only about friendship. I think this is in every conversation that I've ever had. And that's an automatic switch off for me, because I don't want to speak after that.
Yeah, even I won't. Like,
I have no interest speaking after
I feel that is very disrespectful that you only talk about yourself and you don't have the power to listen to others.
Yeah.
That is not a good.
I mean, a friend needs to be a good listener.
Definitely.
And if not the best, I'm not asking you to be my therapist.
Yeah.
I don't expect that. But at least listen. But I think I also I'm one of those friends who don't like talking about my problems. You know, I'm like,
Yeah, same.
in myself, I would love to hear your problems, but I also don't want to say too much about myself, only because I like to fix my things on my own. And I think that also comes with, I'm not going to say things you've dealt with, but also from a space of, I don't want to say judgment because that's not true. But yeah, I think it's about wanting to fix things on my own.
I think you also tell your problems after you have fixed them.
That is very true.
Yeah.
That is so true. And I have never heard anyone observe that about me. But yeah, I think for me, the problems are said out in the open once I've let it go. I've accepted it,
And
moved
for
on.
me, if you know, I don't tell.
Yeah, I mean, I think some ways we are pretty similar.
Yeah.
I think both of us hate going out. Like, don't contact us.
I mean, I do like going out.
I think that's like once in a, I'm saying in a more general setting.
Yeah. Then I don't.
We like to sit back, relax.
In my house, I don't no texting. I just like to watch crime documents.
Yeah,
that's my...
like just play a rom-com and I'll be the happiest woman alive. But I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, don't contact us. I will literally, if I could, switch off my phone and throw aside, but I don't answer calls. I have excuses. And I'm so happy that I stay with my family because I can always say that, you know, my mom's not allowing me.
Yeah, I tell your name. I'm at your house.
Yeah, my mom's not allowing her to go out.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, but I think that's what I think we come from a very, like, and I've become that person. Since I've come back, like from America, I've become that person. I don't want to meet people. I don't go down in my apartment.
Yeah.
I just want to just be, like, let me be. Don't disturb me. Don't irritate me. And also, I expect my friends to understand a part of it. Because I think with time, you change as a person and your friendships change. Maybe for the better, maybe for the worse. We don't know that. But they are meant to change because you don't have as much time as you used to. Because now you're working. You know, you don't have every day of the week to meet your friends. Because let's be real, you work a 9 to 5, 9 to 10.
Yeah.
Where is the time? And you stay in Bangalore.
Yeah, but also, like, you know, like my mom says this one thing: all your friends won't be with you all your life. Like, for me, like, she said this for me because she has seen me and my life. And the reason why she told me is, you know, stop expecting a lot from people if you are giving your 100 and they were not giving me back. So this was one line that she taught me and I live by it, honestly. Like, for me, it actually works. The people who are going to be in me, you know, in my life, they will. You know, you don't have to force anything.
Yeah, effortless.
Yeah, and if they're not...
I'm slightly delusional that way.
Yeah, you are.
I have friends who I made in LKG and I'm still friends with that person.
And I don't know.
I have friends who I've made in my school life. I'm still friends with those people, which is what I meant. Like, when I make friends, I make them because I want them to be forever.
Yeah.
If I don't want you to be forever, I will not be investing my time in that friendship.
Yeah.
Like, I won't. Which is why I expect all my friendships to be. I'm not saying things won't change, dynamics won't change. You might not be as close, but you will definitely find your way back to each other in one way or the other, but they'll stay. I mean, you've spoken about expectations in a friendship, but I come from a belief. My belief is that you do what you have to do. And if that person wants to, will put in their effort.
That's actually...
And if it doesn't, you know what to do about it. But you shouldn't stop investing in that friendship because the other person isn't. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Yeah. Because, I mean, I remember in LKG, like, my best friend, one of my best friends. Uh, we became friends because of Tommy. And that's every time we write a story or tell a story, we faked our friendship as siblings. And like we've gone through that whole, but because she's my oldest friends, I've seen versions of friendship with her when we were kids. Like literally, like maybe didn't even know how to write ABCD, to sending letters to each other when we couldn't meet each other.
That is so sweet.
And when I say we couldn't meet each other, it is once a week when one of us is absent to school. We used to find ways to send letters to each other. We've been in the phase when we first texted each other on WhatsApp. And I've been the most happiest about it. Cut to not being in the same school, because we were in the same school for 12 years. Cut to not being in the same school. Making friends outside of both of us. And accepting that we're allowed to have other friends, right?
Yeah.
And now we're in a working era. Again, I hardly meet her. Now both of us, like, we are all working. We're in that era where we're working and we're figuring life out, which is, I think, by far the most difficult period of life. And I think we've thought about this for every period of life. But everything seems easier, figuring out what you want to do, how you want to do it. Firstly, people who are by you during these times are the real ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think now that I'm looking forward to it, it's only going to change. Friendships are only going to have new paths because you're going to get married. Fingers crossed.
No, thanks.
You're going to have children. Again,
Yeah,
fingers
very-
crossed.
No.
But you're going to become parents. And then with time, you're not going to have time.
Oh my God, you have taken the whole discussion topic of friendship to marriage, and I'm not in that. But talking about what I want from my friendship in the coming years, definitely no drama, no negative.
You have unrealistic
I'm-
expectations.
No, but I'm just thinking that, like I don't want any drama. I don't want definitely no negative people. I only want people who have a goal in life. I don't want to hang out with people who are like, oh, bhai dekh lunga, baat
Yeah.
kar. I do not like. I
mean,
do
have
not-
some ambition.
Yeah,
And it doesn't have to be, I want to become this.
Yeah.
It just needs to be, you want to have a path and you have
Exactly.
that path.
I cannot hang out with people who are like so lazy, who don't have an ambition. They don't do anything. Like I cannot, because I feel I'll become like that.
It's very demotivating.
Yeah,
We're very easy to get influenced in our
Exactly.
era. I mean, we already have a lot of thing helping that out,
Yeah.
like social media. We don't want people in our inner circle like
Exactly.
that.
And that's what I don't want in my friendships. I do have cut down a lot of people because of this. Like I know, like as soon I was talking to you about the whole podcast thing, a lot of I didn't get I stopped giving a lot of time to my other friends, and I can feel a sense of tension with all of them already. And I can feel they're not happy for me. And I'm like, that is bad. Like, I don't want all this friendship just because I cannot go out with you every weekend or be with you every weekend. I don't want all of this.
I just think that's immature.
Yeah, it is.
Because, one more red flag. Immaturity in friendships is so not needed. I mean, you're immature as a person, your shit.
Yeah.
But as a friend, immaturity is so. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, it also, if you're immature as a person, but if you put it on the other person, it actually affects the other person more. Like, trust me on this, it does. And that's what I'm saying. I don't want all these people around me in my coming years, because I'm also going to grow. I'm in my 20s.
You're gonna get married.
No, thank you. But yeah, I want to work hard, live a life, have fun, but also I want good people around me.
Yeah, I mean, around that's needed. Because, see, we know we all have families, but we do need that extended set of people you can rely on outside your
Yeah,
family.
definitely. Like for me, I have never stayed with my family for a very long time. So for me, I needed friends in general, because they were there for me when, I didn't, because in my boarding, I could not call my parents at like 1 a.m. Hi, I'm crying.
Yeah.
So it was like my friends in my boarding school, and I loved them for that because I was struggling during that time, and they were only there for me. Like I had no one. Like I'm not even kidding. So
Are you going to cry?
no, I'm not gonna cry
Okay.
on national anthem. Is it national anthem?
Yeah, no, I completely get what you mean because
Yeah.
I was going through a phase and I was, in that phase when you're still figuring things out with your mother because you're growing and you're understanding.
Yeah.
And quite literally, my friends were my backbone.
Yeah.
Because you need those genuine friends, who don't try to turn you against your parents, who actually sit you down and say this, they might have a point, but I get where you're coming from and this is how you can fix it with them.
Yeah.
I feel like those friendships are really important and I'm very grateful to have some of them because, I mean, you just need them, whether they're guys or girls or anybody, you need those friendships in your life because, yeah, I mean, it's just a safety net to fall back on.
Talking about, I have had few friendships where they would turn me against my parents. And who would help me out? My own sister. Like that girl.
Oh my God. Sister friendships
Oh
are
my-
so underrated. I mean, we are sisters, we are blood bound and whatever, we're family first. But we're friends.
The only problem is you are elder in the sister and I'm the younger, which I don't like. Because
You don't like being the younger one?
she is a bully sometimes, but I love her.
I am not a bully. I am not contact my siblings.
Bully your younger sister though.
I don't. She bullies me.
I have seen it, but never mind. But talking about the sister friendship, I don't give her credit, like enough but I'm telling you, like at the end of the day, like I do call her sometimes. She's busy with her own life, but I want to tell her, like, if something is happening in my life,
That's
I
the
want
first
to
person
tell
you
her,
want to
like,
tell.
even if something's happening in the news, like, I want to tell her, like, she's a doctor, okay? Like, I have to tell her anything that's world news because I like to keep myself updated with the news. Don't give that reaction, but with everything. So, I need to tell my sister because.
Yeah, I mean, you have those core things you talk about with
definitely.
each person. Because in friendships and in this, I feel like with my sister, we have deep conversation because we're both delusional. We both watch rom-coms and the same kind of shows and everything. And oh God, this person broke up. Oh God, that person was together. And I'm just like, that's crazy because that's the first person I want to tell, things to in that particular field. But even if something is wrong, she's the first person I'll be like, dude, now what do I do? Like at home. And I also think when we're talking about sisters, becoming best friends with your mother, I mean, that's a different level of attaining, I don't know, some dream or some.
It took me a lot of time, Kanishka, to be best friends with my mom, but now
you can't go back.
I cannot like imagine not one day, like without
not giving an update, bro.
I'm just texting her in between, like, hey, I'm in the podcast, it's all going fine. And the way she texts me every hour, all the best to you and Kanishka, you guys are looking amazing. And that's so sweet, that's how a friend texts.
Exactly.
Not like a mom.
I also feel like if there's anything happening in my life or any gossip, the first person I want to tell is my mother.
I do tell her, like, who's dating.
Yeah.
Is someone, my mom nowadays is someone, तुम्हें कोई propose नहीं करता है.
Bro. Firstly, they say propose.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm not getting married, dude.
Bro, you need to tell her nobody propose in this era.
Yeah, there's no.
It's like, do you want to come hang out with me?
Yeah.
There's no like, oh, hey. It's all done. It's in your era, not in.
And when they say the word affair, I'm trying to have a great gossip session and my mom's just like, so inka affair chal raha hai? And I'm like,
bro.
No.
They ask what other people, उनका तो affair चल रहा है, तुम बताओ. I'm like, I don't know.
But I think it's very underrated being best friends with your mom.
And it's very cute.
Yeah, and it's such a sweet moment. Those you talk with your mom for like till 5 a.m. in the morning and you're just like, you're not able to stop, but you have to get up in the next 1-2 hours. And I'm like, shit, now what? But yeah, I think it's the best
My mom
feeling.
sleeps at 10, so I don't think I can relate to like 5. But yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah, everyone has their own version. But anyways, I also think I have a good number of friends who are close to me, and I know who to go for what.
Yeah, same. That's so true.
I mean, there are a couple things that I tell everybody, but I think for me, it's also, I don't, hold a meeting to tell everyone everything.
Yeah, no,
Like, I can't tell every part of my life to everyone.
I don't do that.
I mean, sure, like, I'm starting a podcast, I'll tell everyone.
Obviously, like.
But like, for example, it's a career related, I'm not announcing it to everyone. And that's not because I don't consider them friends. It's because sometimes when you go to a friend, it's not only to get things out of your mouth. You want an advice in return. You want something in return. And you know which person can do that for you. Right? So I think, yeah, like you have friends for different sports. I have friends.
I love them.
I know which friend. No, definitely.
So yeah, I think
that's about yapping today. And if y'all have made it till the end, thank you very much. It's going to be a little difficult to bear with us.
But I think you all really liked it, and I hope to see you guys for our next episode.
She calls me delusional.
You are, definitely. But
anyways, bye guys.
So much for tuning in with us. Bye.